Hi, I'm Kesenya and welcome to Guiding Star Astrology. I'm your Astro Weather Girl, here with this week's Astro Weather Report. I'm going to show you how the stars are going to affect your life this week. In my videos, I use both Vedic and traditional Western techniques with tropical astrology, not sidereal astrology. I also use the traditional system of whole sign astrology for my analysis. You can use this video to the best of your advantage by listening to the introduction to understand what the week holds for you, and then going to the timestamps for your sun, moon, and rising sign to get a more personalized forecast for the week ahead. Astrology is not designed to scare you. It's designed to give you information so that you know what the good and the challenging energies in the week ahead will be, and you can therefore consciously work with them to the best of your advantage. Remember, knowledge is power. Now, there are scammers about, and so if you should receive a message from me on any platform requesting your money for a reading, know that it is a scam. Report them immediately. And now settle in and let's see what the astral skies have in store for the week ahead. Hello, my darling friends in YouTube land. Welcome to this week's Astro Weather Report. We are looking at the weather in the astral skies between the 8th to the 15th of April this week. Before we start, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to go into the draw to win yourself a solar return report for April. You could be the April winner. I give a free solar return report away every month. So if you like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comments section that you've done so, you automatically go into the draw. And I want to give you a discussion question this week, my friends. This week's discussion question, I may or may not do this every week, but use the comments section below to have discussions with one another in the YouTube family about this topic. But in what ways have you noticed Pluto's move into the sign of Aquarius? It is apocryphal, it is life-changing, it is a swift change of energy that we are now experiencing or getting a taste of in preparation for Pluto's 20-year sojourn in Aquarius, which will begin in earnest in 2024. So in what ways have you noticed this change in energy? And what do you think is the meaning of what you've experienced as a shift in energy? I'm going to let you know, for an example, what happened to me. So when the day that Pluto moved into Aquarius, I noticed two very large events occurring in my life that gave me a great deal of panic. Two incidents occurred in my life where I thought everything was drastically falling apart. I thought I was going to lose my YouTube channel because of a certain circumstance that I had to deal with on that day. I thought, that's it, my YouTube channel is done. They're going to take it from me. You know what AI is like. And I was petrified. This is my livelihood. This is my business here on YouTube. So that was the first thing that happened. And the second thing, I thought I was going to lose my part-time job through a false accusation that had been made against me. Both of these things turned out to be unfounded causes for concern. And everything's gone swiftly back to normal within a matter of hours, actually. From the dire situation unfolding, everything had calmed down again. So both of these things happened the day Pluto moved into Aquarius, and I was in such a state of panic, and then they were quickly resolved. So what did I think the universe's message is for me about the coming 20 years? It's telling me, I believe, that there might be some upheavals that will come to the surface, that, maybe I'll think it's the end of the world for me at some point in the next 20 years, but they're going to amount to nothing. They're nothing to worry about. I don't need to panic and I don't need to be afraid. So I found that message from Pluto really uplifting. Even though I didn't like being in a state of panic and worry, I found that message from Pluto very uplifting, knowing that no matter what happens in the next 20 years, there's no need to be afraid. Everything's going to turn out all right in the end, and it will be just nothing to worry about. So I was encouraged by that, and I wanted to encourage everybody watching this channel with that message that I think the universe gave me when Pluto moved into Aquarius. What about you? What have you experienced? And what do you think that was telling you about what to expect in the next 20 years? All right, let's move on to this week's astral weather. Got my little text to, wrap it all up for you. First thing that's happening, Venus is moving into Gemini. So she's been in her sign, Taurus, and boom, in she goes on the 11th of April into the sign of Gemini. This can be a playful season for lovers of all ages and all walks of life. Venus represents love and our experiences with love. And here in playful Gemini, it's thumbs up. Gemini wants to have fun. And Venus adores her luxuries and her pleasures. What does this add up to? Good times, my friends. So we tend to handle love and relationships with more lightness of being when Venus is in Gemini. We're more chatty, we're more open, we're more curious about our partners right now. That's the nature of Gemini, so it's quite beautiful in that manner. Knowledge can also give us a sense of delight. We might love learning about something at this time. What Venus represents what we love, Gemini is to learn about things. So this transit's going to be sort of just shy of a month in length. And during this time, we might receive some happy news. We might learn some valuable information. We might upgrade a life skill that makes our journey ultimately more bountiful and more blessed. So good energy. Venus moving through Gemini. So let the breezes of Gemini rules breezes, flow through your love life now and your financial affairs, which are ruled by Venus, and find your peace. Love this energy. So that's something to look forward to. But also on the 11th of April, Venus, and this is a blessing, it is a blessed week this week, yay, happy to say, Venus is trining Pluto. So here's Venus at 0 degrees of Gemini, making a trine to Pluto down here at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Both of the air signs. And a Pluto-Venus trine is truly a lovely thing. We get a Pluto-Venus trine twice a year. And so here we go with this year's first one off the ranks for 2023. And I want you to consider the old Hollywood film stars with this energy. Think about Marlene Dietrich, Sophia Loren, Marilyn Monroe, Bridget Bardot. What did all these women have in common, or what were they marketed as, more so I should say? Sex appeal. And that's what a Venus trine Pluto energy is. It's a sex appeal kind of energy. Think about the word sexy. The word sexy, what does it actually mean? It's not, boobs out everywhere or showing your big guns or anything. It's not that. Sexy means to be desirable. So you could, talk about your chocolate dessert as being sexy because you desire to eat your, chocolate self-saucing pudding. That is the word sexy. It's just something is desirable. And that's what this aspect is all about too. This is an intensely attractive aspect. We feel deeply passionate and desirous of something in our life. And that could be anything that we love. It could be a partnership. It could be a chocolate dessert. It could be a place of living. Whatever we are desirous about is amplified under this energy. Our desire is increased. We feel sexy about everything. We feel desirous about everything. Our affection, we want more affection in our life. We hunger for more of it. We crave for more of it. Where's Pluto? Here. Pluto intensifies the energy of Venus, which is desire for beautiful luxuries, for love, for money, all that sort of thing, in a very beneficial way with this trine. Pluto is the ancient god of great wealth, not just wealth. Wealth is Jupiter. Great wealth, like ultra abundance, is Pluto. And here, Pluto, the god of great wealth, is dancing with Venus, the goddess of finance, the ruler of finances. And this might see us researching our financial options, revising our budget under this energy on the 11th of April, making some secret investments that could pay off for us due to this very auspicious energy. So you could utilize that to your advantage. This energy might help you research which stocks to invest in, or a company to get behind, or some other financial situation. It's a great energy for doing that. It's also a great energy for making love, for getting it on with somebody that you care about deeply. This energy has the power to, how shall I put it, solidify a love. You know, you desire, you hunger for a love with somebody or a connection with somebody, relationship with somebody, and coming together under this energy is like the universe empowering you, the universe blessing your union. Beautiful, beautiful energy. God of the underworld meets the goddess of love. I love it. Beautiful energy. Watch out, 11th of April is going to be gorgeous because of that. In fact, the whole week is fabulous, I must say, as far as weeks go, now that we're out of March, thank God. But 12th of April is another fantastic day. Why is the 12th of April good? I'll tell you why. Look at these two up here, the two biggest planets on my board, Jupiter and the Sun. They are coming together at 21 degrees of the exalted sign of the Sun, Aries. Jupiter also does extremely well in the sign of Aries because Jupiter does well in fire and water signs. So here they come together at 21 degrees. This, by many people, is considered one of the luckiest days of the year. Now, I spoke was it last week or the week before? One of the last couple of weeks about the lucky days of the year represented by the Sun is in his exaltation and the Moon in her exaltation. They're two lucky days of the year, sort of 2.5 days as the Moon moves through Taurus and the Sun is in Aries. That happens every year. Also, every year we get one day when Jupiter and the Sun make a conjunction, and that is a lucky day as well. Happy, happy, joy, joy. So this is one of the three that we talk about luckiest days of the year, and aren't we just grateful? This is a day for gratitude. We feel optimistic, we feel joyful, we feel lucky. We might get more compliments, we might get some sort of gifts, we might get a lot of thoughtfulness coming our way from other people. We might be giving a lot of thoughtfulness to the other people in our lives as well. Equal measure. So we've got this energy of Pluto trine Venus where we're desiring something and it's manifesting for us and it's solidifying for us. And then we've got luck. What a great week. What a fantastic week. We're going to want to bring luck and benevolence to others. We're also going to receive it from other people as well. Now, Jupiter is very future oriented. So this configuration shows us where we're going to have an opportunity to shine in the days to come. Because what happens with Jupiter, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but Jupiter transits, sometimes we feel like they're ineffectual. Not like Saturn transits. Like I tell you, when Saturn moved into Pisces, boom, it hit me like a ton of bricks. When Pluto moved into Aquarius, as I've described, boom, oh, it's all on for young and old. When Jupiter moves into a sign, it's like, yawn, ho-hum, I didn't even notice that. Why is that? It's not because Jupiter isn't powerful. It's because Jupiter is future oriented. Jupiter is building in that moment something for the future. And when Jupiter is conjunct with the Sun, you might not know it under this day's energy. You know, things could still go wrong. You might be, driving down the street and someone cuts you off in traffic, or you might purchase like I did the other day. I purchased a bottle of gin and I was like, oh, I got this for a bargain. It was so cheap. And I showed my friend, look, check out this cheap bottle of gin I got. She said, it's non-alcoholic gin. And I was like, oh. Things can go wrong on this day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that things can't stuff up. But what is happening under this lucky energy is that something is implemented on this day that is going to build to be a blessing in your life in the future. Jupiter is future oriented. Think of it. He rules the sign Sagittarius. What's the symbol of Sagittarius? I talk about this all the time. The centaur with his arrow pointed to the future. Out there, And so this energy of Jupiter is very much future oriented, and that's why we don't tend to notice Jupiter transits so much in the moment, because it's something is being established for our future. Lucky things are being established for our future on this day, the 12th of April. So keep your eyes peeled, my friends, for opportunities and chances to grow your life in all areas. And this is what we're going to talk about now in our all signs breakdown, getting lucky for the future. What is unfolding? Let's start with Aries. Okay, so Aries rising sun or moon people. Let me see if you're going to stay there for me. No, you're not. Aries, always on the go, always moving. Means I have to hold my board still. So this area is where we are going to get lucky. So this can mean anything really in the first house, but usually it'll have something to do with the body and your physical health, your physical well-being, and something that will influence you personally. So there might be something unfolding in your life that's going to give you more charisma, more confidence, more self-assertion. Something might happen in your life that causes you to step up and be more self-assertive, and it blesses you ultimately in the long run. Something might happen on this day that's going to empower you more. This is the personal power for Aries sign as a start, but also the first house is your personal power, your personal ability to show up in this life and live you. So something might happen that gives you more personal power, more of a chance to step into your own authority, and also more of a chance to be your authentic self, to know your authentic self and realize who you are. Now, Aries people, usually if you're Aries rising, sun or moon, usually you'll be pretty good at knowing yourself. There's a lot of self-orientation with Aries that allows them to just, they understand themselves. As opposed to, say, Pisces, people like myself who can tend to absorb what other people's expectations are. And so they don't know themselves sometimes, Pisces people or people with a strong 12th house or something, because they're so busy feeling into, well, my mother always thought that this would be a great life to live, and okay, that's what I want for myself, but is it really what you want, or is it what your mother wants? That's a Pisces energy. Aries is not like that. Aries people know what they want. They can be very clear about it. So you might get some piece of clarity on the 12th, knowing, this is where my future is going to be benevolent for me. And so you can really align with what you desire, what is sexy to you, what you love, under this energy to help build for the future some blessing in your own life. There can be blessings to your physical body. You might feel particularly full of vitality, really strong and healthy. Like your muscles are just, and you're feeling really good. You can also really be blessed in your aura, your energy. So people come around you. Let's say you're serving wine at a winery, or you're working as a waitress at a restaurant or something, and people, are served by you, and they're like, wow, that person, I love their energy. I love their vibe. What a gorgeous person. You know what? I'm going to give them an extra tip, or I'm going to make, say good things about them to the chef or the boss or whoever's running the place. The first impressions that you give can be very beneficial, and of course that might see you in line for a promotion, or that might see you going home with a big fat wallet at the end of the day because you've got a lot of tips or something, for example. So blessing through this energy, because of the aura that you're carrying, the upbeat, optimistic presence that you have, that is allowing some unfolding of blessing for you into the future. Also, I would say it's a great day for my Aries people to initiate something new, to start a new friendship, to start a new business, to start a new website. The first house is the house of initiations. And if you initiate something new under this energy of Jupiter conjunct the sun, you will shine with that thing going forward into the future. So lovely, Aries. All right, Taurus. Is that who we're going to do next? Let me just check my little dot points here. No, I tell a lie. Oh no, that's right. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. What is going on, Kesenya? Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. This puts our beautiful conjunction of Jupiter and the sun in the 12th house. This is where we need to be future oriented and where we can even get lucky. Have to say though, this is the house of the past. So how do we be future oriented about the past? It might be very difficult to get a grasp on. Something about this energy, my Taurus friends. There's something about the past. Maybe it's a past relationship or a past experience that you had, a past circumstance that you underwent, that's going to turn out to be lucky for you, benevolent for you. So yes, it is about the future, but it's also about the past. Not so much what's happening on the 12th of April, more about a circumstance that might have unfolded a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. Something from the past now comes back into your experience and allows you to get lucky. Maybe it's a person, that you knew 10 years ago who comes back into your life, and because of them, you get lucky. You have an opportunity to shine. And from not only this day forward, but going forward into the future. I'll try and give you an illustration. Maybe 12 years ago, you dated a guy or a girl who was involved in some sort of business enterprise. And in that meantime, since you've not dated them anymore, their enterprise has just exploded and gone great guns. Somehow they come back into your life. The past comes back into your life, and they say, hey, I am looking for a marketing manager, and I know that you are fantastic with social media. Can I employ you? Come and work for me. And there is your blessing going forward into the future. So that's what I'm talking about. Something from the past gives you something lucky that is going to help you shine going forward into the future. 12th house energy. I also feel it's very, this is the house of ancestors on the other side, angels and higher beings. They're going to bring positivity into your life now. They're going to bring luck. They're the ones behind this. That, you've got some deceased nana or grandpa or lover or something like that who is going to be there for you, pulling the strings to allow you to have more luck, more good karma, more positivity. You may or may not feel this. Some of us are tuned into that sort of thing, some of us not so much. But that is certainly what is on the cards on this day. You might also get a premonition or a vision. This is a house of, having prophecy in your sleep. When you dream, you get a vision of something. So pay attention to your dreams, especially if they're positive. They're probably heralding something for you, telling you of something that is in store for you, some joyful energy that may be coming your way. It's also the realm of the chart that has to do with privacy, seclusion, and prayer. And I would take time out. Take some private time, take some peaceful time for daydreaming, praying, meditating, because there might be some revelation that comes to you because of this energy about some action you can take in the world in the future that is going to allow you to be more lucky, to shine, and to really, put your light out there in the world in a way that blesses your life. So lovely, Taurus. All right, Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. This energy of Jupiter, lucky Jupiter, conjuncting the sun on this lucky day of the year is falling for you in the 11th house. And this is where you can get lucky and where you can build something for the future that's going to help you shine. And what a great house to have this in, Gemini. This is the house of being profitable and gainful. So something might happen to you that's going to allow you to really grow your resources, grow in profitability, grow your rewards and gains over the coming year until we have Jupiter conjunct with the sun again. So something will unfold that is an opportunity for you. Keep your eyes peeled to grow your resources. Also, you might have an opportunity to connect with a network. I was just talking with my son this morning about how valuable it is to be connected in with friends and associates and people in life, because it's when we have those kind of strong connections, strong communal almost bonds, that's when we can get, assistance in life. And nobody can get through life on their own. Okay, maybe you're born into a super rich family and you're loaded to the hilt, and so you're going to get through life materially, but you might be very lonely, for example, if you don't have a network. And for those of us who aren't born into blessing, then we depend on our networks. This person knows that person who can get you a job here. This person knows that person who can cut that firewood for you so that you can run your fireplace over the cold winter. It's networks that allow us to succeed in life, really, truly. And so what could happen here on this lucky day is that you hook into a network that's going to bless you in the future, or you make a friend, or you connect with a friend that's going to give you somehow an opportunity to be blessed down the track. So networks, friendships, giving you the opportunity to shine. Make sure you appreciate and value the people who cross your path on this really lucky day. This is also the house of wealth that we make from our contribution to the world. For some people, that's the work we do. For some people, it's the hobby that they undertake. It's the wealth we make from what we're contributing to the world. So do what you love. Find your joy. Jupiter is joy. Find your joy on the 12th of April. Do joyful things and you will be blessed. You will find blessing that could turn out to be quite lucrative material blessing simply because you're doing what you love. Jupiter is joy, and the sun has this connection to Leo, which is connected to the 5th house. What's that all about? It's the things that we love. It's what we love. So what we love and our joy coming together to make, lucky circumstances and blessings for us in the future. This is also an Upachaya house, which means that the blessings of this house get better and better and better as they go along with time. So it's really a good time to plant for friendships for the future, networks for the future, and also to plant, take action, if you like. That's what I mean by plant, for your dreams and desires and ambitions and wishes right now. Time to wish and dream and take action towards that, because Aries is an action sign that can see life flourish beautifully for you down the track. Thank you, Gemini. Cancer rising, sun and moon people. The energy of this glorious lucky conjunction of Jupiter and the sun is occurring in your angular 10th house of career. So what does this mean? This means that something might happen on the 12th of April that could help you get lucky with your worldly reputation, with your career, that's going to be a blessing to you going forward into the future. The 10th house is also an Upachaya house, meaning whatever unfolds is going to be blessed into the future, but it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow into the future. So wonderful, wonderful gift for our Cancer friends. This is the house of our example to other people. So it's in being a leader, in being responsible, in, not shirking your duties that you can actually get lucky. Maybe somebody asks you to step in and, lead the local scout group because their usual leader is off sick or something like that. And you step in, you carry some responsibility, you do your duty by the world at large, and it could lead to something, some connection, some opportunity that allows you to be super duper blessed going forward down the track, and it allows you to be a blessing to others. 10th house is what we do to bless other people. So this is the house of service, the 6th house. But 10th house, that's what leadership is, the opportunity to use our knowledge, our understanding, our skills to be a blessing to others by being an authority or a master of a certain area. So you, by being stepping into a role of leadership on the 12th of April, you might be actually blessing some young, let's say, scout in the scout group. You might be blessing some young person through your taking a role of leadership that could change their life, that could allow them to really shine. And maybe down the track, 25, 30 years down the track, they say, I had this one scout leader this one time, they said this to me, and my life has never been the same since. You could be the person, the mentor, the inspiration that is an example to other people that helps them to shine and ultimately shines a light back on you. How beautiful. What a privilege. So once again, this is also the house of career, so you could get very lucky. Some authority figure in your life could be benevolent to you, could uplift you, could give you a lucky break, could give you an opportunity that takes you to the higher levels. This is the house of our reputation and, the being that sort of being seen by the world, being celebrity, being iconic, being known. Something could happen that allows you to have more public visibility and receive more public approval. And that, of course, does include career promotions and what have you. But remember, it may not happen on the 12th of April, but some wheel could be set in motion that leads to that happening down the track for you. Remember, as I said in the intro, Jupiter is future oriented and brings his blessings in the future. All right. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you, Cancer. All right, Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon people. The energy of the beautiful and very lucky sorry, I can't get my wheel right at the moment. Beautiful, very lucky conjunction of Jupiter and the Sun is falling in the 9th house. This is a wonderful placement, my beautiful Leo friends, for getting lucky, being blessed, and seeing it unfold into our future going forward. This is where the gods can reach down and touch our lives, you know. It's one of the 2 houses of prayer, so it's definitely worth praying, asking the universe, asking the divine to help you and assist you, because the light is being shined on you right now, Leo. Luck is coming towards you. Good karma can unfold for you now, so ask the divine for what it is you want, and you might get lucky, or the wheels might be set in motion to achieve that lucky break that you're longing for. Now, this is also the house of our belief systems as well. It's about finding our truth, finding our meaning and our purpose. Once again, the wheels could be set in motion through some event or some person of inspiration who comes across your path to help you achieve your truth down the track, to help you find meaning down the track and purpose down the track. Somebody who could come, some person of inspiration, probably a male figure, I do feel, with these 2 planets involved, who could really step into your life, giving you the opportunity and the blessing of a lifetime. It may be somebody from overseas. You might get an opportunity to expand beyond your usual boundaries, your usual borders. Maybe that's expand, say, a business beyond the town that you live in, or expand a business beyond the state that you're in, or beyond the country that you're in. There might be some opportunity for expansion that gets going on the 12th of April in some way. And that could simply be that you make a post on Facebook or something, it gets 2 likes, you know, and you think, oh, well, that was a waste of time. But lo and behold, 3 weeks later, remember Jupiter and the 9th house are about looking to the future. Lo and behold, somebody gets in touch with you. I saw that post that you made. I want to order those Ugg boots that you sell on your, web page or whatever. I love that post. And you're like, something building for the future that's taking me forward. So, and then maybe there's somebody sees that post and goes, hey, I want to sell your product. I live in, Japan. Can you send me, a shipment of your particular product to Japan? So something international, something that expands your life beyond its current limitations, something that you do on the 12th of April could unfold to take you into greater expansion and greater abundance. The 9th house is all about expanding our lives, taking things forward into the future and growing forward into the future. So something's going to unfold that's going to allow you that, or something might unfold that allows you to travel in the future, some lucky circumstance. Something could unfold that allows you to learn more. This is the house of higher learning and greater knowledge. Maybe you've wanted to study at the Royal Stars Academy. There could be somebody who comes across your path on this day who says, I can see you've got a lot of talent as an astrologer. I'm going to, pay for your tuition fees with the Royal Stars Academy. So off you go. Go and get your learning. Something lucky is set in motion with some 9th house thing. Higher learning, travel, international and foreign affairs, and finding meaning and finding purpose in your life. How beautiful, Leo. Lap this one up. What a gift from the universe. Thank you, Leo. Sorry, I've got my hands covered. It's quite chilly here today in Australia. Honestly, you would not know we've just stepped out of summer. It feels like winter. So thank you for allowing me to be a bit snuggly. Thank you, Virgo, rising, sun and moon. This is all about the conjunction of Sun and Jupiter in your 8th house, and this is playing out on the 12th of April, but you're going to feel it going forward, as I said in the intro, because Jupiter is a future-oriented planet. So there is a natural healing ability here available for you, my beautiful Virgo friends, and you could get lucky with healing something magically in your life, where maybe you have a shamanic experience. Maybe you sit down and you put on some meditation music and you just go into that trance state, which is represented by the 8th house, and you wake up and suddenly that back pain is gone, or suddenly you're feeling like, I'm not so low anymore. I don't feel depressed anymore. I feel like, getting out and interacting with people or going for a walk. There could be some kind of natural healing that comes because of this lucky energy on this day. through some shamanic means, and by that I mean meditation, astral travel, going into some sort of trance state, listening to, I don't know, meditative music or a didgeridoo playing or something that takes you into a trance state, and through that it heals. So, and when we're healed, when Jupiter and the Sun are conjunct, it can often mean that into the future, the blessing comes too. So we do something on this particular day and we are empowered for not necessarily the long term. Jupiter isn't a long-term energy. That's a Saturn. Saturn's enduring. But Jupiter is the manifestation of what you've done, comes down the track. So you sit and you meditate, you go into a trance state, and it's lovely. Very 8th house, Jupiter conjunct Sun on the 12th of April. And then 2 weeks later, suddenly there is some blessing because you have been healing yourself, and it began on the 12th of April, healing yourself through trance meditation or whatever it happens to be that you choose to do. So a couple of other things, any type of shamanic healing, any acupuncture or alternative healing methods, energy work, Reiki, as I said, astral travel, tantra, sex, can lead to ultimate healing of something in a Virgo person's life. And that can be the act of luckiness from Jupiter and the Sun conjunct. This is also, for Virgo people, the 8th house brings a lot of fast changes for them because the 8th house is ruled by Aries, which is a very fast moving sign. So Virgo people often have a lot of upheavals in life because their 8th house of 180-degree turns around, shocking events, crisis situations, they tend to happen suddenly because Aries rules their 8th house. So there might be some luck in a crisis situation. I think I described in my intro about how Pluto energy caused me to go through some very heavy crisis situations that I thought were going to be disastrous in my life, and then they turned out to be nothing to worry about. And that's kind of the energy that we're getting here. There could be a crisis that unfolds, but because of the lucky break you've got with Jupiter and the Sun, it could turn out to be the biggest blessing in your life. What you thought was a disaster might be the best thing that ever happened to you, and you give thanks for it. So dramatic reversals, things might seem dire, but they turn out to be brilliant under this lucky energy. And I also feel that Jupiter conjunct the Sun in the 8th house can bring some scenario that gets you out of a rut, out of a stuck feeling. And you get, when we're taken out of a feeling stuck in life, when we're taken out of that and when life starts to move again, oh my God, doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel like coming alive again? Isn't it empowering? That's what could happen to you on this day. That could be the luck that unfolds in your life, a feeling that the wheels are turning and life is moving again after being stuck in the mud. This is also the realm of the chart that has to do with what we receive from others. So under this lucky energy, you might be receiving moral support, financial support, material goods, some sort of payout, some sort of windfall, some sort of tax return. Maybe things go well with a government authority, and you're feeling lucky. You're feeling blessed because of this energy. So it could be all good for you guys, my beautiful Virgos, with an 8th house conjunction there. Libra rising, Libra sun, and Libra moon people. Our lucky energy today is Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in your 7th house. So for Libras, this could be really, really special. This is the house of your partner. So there's 2 ways we can view this. Firstly, your partner could be getting lucky. Lucky them. You know what I mean by getting lucky. Your partner could get lucky physically, sexually, but also in other ways. Maybe they get, a job opportunity. Maybe, somebody gives them a bonus or something like that. Some sort of getting lucky that happens to your partner. They could be feeling lucky. They could be feeling optimistic and upbeat on the 12th of April. That something might unfold for your partner that in the future is going to, expand into, like a balloon growing into something fantastic for them. But it might get established and start its beginnings on the 12th of April. So that could be really wonderful. So yes, it could be happening to your partner, or it could be that your partner is the trigger or the instigator for that sort of thing happening in your life. So the partner could be the one who's giving you some sort of lucky break. Could be a business partner, could be a marriage partner, could be a client. Somebody is giving you a lucky break. Somebody is giving you an opportunity to shine and to grow and expand into something fantastic in the future. So I love this energy. If you're in business, this is also a business house. And so because of this lucky energy, some sort of trade and sales or negotiation or mediation goes really well. And because of that, there is blessing that is unfolding into the future. Jupiter is future oriented. So you might not notice the lucky break that happens on the 12th until you get down the track a bit and you're like, oh, wow, yeah, that was the beginning. That was the beginning of this shift, this change, this business opportunity that now has blossomed into this wonderful situation. So I'm just loving this for my Libran friends. Any agreements, contracts, alliances, commitments, promises, vows that need to be made, this is the day to do it. I mean, I don't know what's going on in your natal chart, but generally speaking, this is the day to do it because of this beautiful conjunction of these two on this day. What we perceive to be or consider to be a lucky day. This is also the house of how we treat others. So you Librans who are so lovely with others, generally speaking, anyway, I mean, you're going to be feeling benevolent and generous. You're going to be feeling warm and loving towards other people, like you want to be a blessing in their life more so than usual. So blessing your marriage, blessing your business partnerships, blessing your clients and your audience. Libran, it's looking lovely. Thank you. That was a quick one, Libra, because it's pretty straightforward and lovely for you. Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. Well, the energy of this particular little lucky combo, Jupiter conjunct the sun, is falling down here in your 6th house. And this is where you can get lucky. And we like to get a bit lucky when it comes to 6th house matters because it gives us the ability to problem solve, the ability to overcome adversity, especially when both of these planets are so well dignified in their conjunction as well. It's the ability to work hard so that something can be resolved, something can be healed, some problem can be ended. This is the house of our problems. And so, you will probably be addressing some imbalance, maybe, it could be a debt, it could be a health problem, it could be disagreements and not getting along, lack of fairness, lack of equality. You could be addressing some problem. And because you've done that, because you've done the hard work and addressed the issue and not shied away from it, down the track, remember, Jupiter is future oriented, down the track, it turns into just the big thumbs up. The big blessing, the big, joy for you because you've resolved an issue by something that you've done on this day. So if you need to talk to one of your enemies, if you need to, pay off a credit card, this is a great day to do it because ultimately it's going to be a huge reward and blessing for you down the track. This is a Nupachaya house, which means it will improve and get better in its outcome as time goes on. This is also the house of what we eat and the exercise that we do. You're going to feel like exercising and feel good about eating well. You'll be optimistic about, I can start this diet and I can make it work for me and it can become my lifestyle. So, if you need to establish a diet or establish a budget or something like that, this is the best day to do it under this year because it will ultimately take you into a really good place in the future. I also feel for those of you who are employed, wage slaves, like we all have to do at some stage in our lives or another, I feel that this energy is going to give you a really beautiful workplace, really lovely dynamic at work. You'll enjoy yourself. You'll come home, singing and dancing after work. So a really good experience in your everyday life, whatever that might happen to be. Thank you, Scorpio. Sagittarius rising, sun or moon. This energy of Jupiter conjuncting with, I love this, Jupiter conjunct with the sun is falling in your 5th house. Oh, beautiful, my gorgeous Sagittarian friends. I mean, you've got an exalted sun here in the first place, and then Jupiter, who loves Aries, in one of the luckiest houses, the house of love, the house of hobbies and the things we love. Here you can get very lucky. This is the house of luck. There's the planet of luck. It's awesome. This is your lucky day. Now, I have to point out that, it's really only once every 12 years that this combination occurs in such a lucky spot for you. Because next year, when we have Jupiter-Sun conjunction, where's Jupiter and the Sun going to conjunct? In Taurus, not in Aries. So it's this year, it's falling in your 5th house that you can get lucky. So lucky with your children. If I was you, Sagittarius, I would reach out and connect with your children, if they're grown up and gone from home, of course, on the 12th of April, or if your children are at home, do something fun and pleasant and enjoyable. It will establish a beautiful memory and create a wonderful, deeper bond for you with your children. There can even be great healing between you and your children under this energy, of course, as well. It's a great day for getting into your hobbies. You'll feel fired up creatively. You'll want to, put things together and, write beautiful stories and do a wonderful performance or oration or something like that. You can really tap into your talents and enhance your talents, and your innate, creative mind, creative intelligence that you might have, can also bubble up for you as well. This is a combination that's going to give you more joy and exhilaration, more excitement, more happiness. So you're going to just be in love with life, Sagittarius, on the 12th of April. It's going to feel, like life is affirming you. The risks you have taken have paid off. In fact, any risks that you take under this energy on the 12th of April will go forward and bless you into the future. If you're a gambling kind of person, and a lot of you Sagittarians can be, because you're ruled by Jupiter that rules gambling is why, then if you are that kind of a person who likes to have a bit of a flutter every now and then, do it under this energy, because the chances that it will benefit you in the long run are great. You may not win on the horses or anything, but you might take a risk by, investing in a certain company, or hiring a certain person who you're going to take a chance on because you think they're going to be great. And they will. It'll turn out to be a worthwhile risk, whatever you undertake under this energy on the 12th of April. So it's a good day for gambling and taking risks if you're that way inclined. This is the house of our ability to feel love. And your ability to feel love is just so enamored under this energy. You're going to just be brimming with passion and love. Not only that, but you've also got this beautiful Venus trine Pluto that I talked about falling in your 7th house. Sagittarius, you are getting it on. I have to say, this is your week for good loving and feeling those juicy, loving, sexy vibes. Enjoy, Sagittarius. This looks like a great time for you. Okay, Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon. The energy of the conjunction of Jupiter and the Sun is falling in your 4th house. And this is where you can get lucky. So you might get lucky with a property, with a garden, with some domestic situation, with some family affair that you're dealing with, some family arrangement. Now, you might not notice it on the day itself, the 12th of April. It might not be until, a couple of weeks down the track, you'd be like, that day, 12th of April, when I took the family to the park for a picnic, my God, didn't that change everything? Aren't we in a better place right now as a family because of that? See what I'm saying? It's down the track that something can happen. Maybe you have a real estate agent come around to your house to give you a valuation on the 12th, and he gets back to you, down the track, because Jupiter is future oriented. Down the track, he gets back to you with his valuation, and you're like, oh my God, I had no idea my house was worth so much. Wow, what could we do with all that equity? So it's what happens on the 12th can bring you more luck and more of an ability to shine in the future with 4th house things, with family, with home, with the ability to feel safe and secure and steady in life as well, with domestic situations, gardening, farming, fishing. These are all ruled by the 4th house. Lucky opportunities come your way, the chance to shine because of what happens in some way in your life on the 12th. So keep your eyes peeled, my gorgeous Capricorns, and maybe put some effort into your parenting on this day, because the effort you put into your family, look, I say parenting, but I mean like the love you give to your children, yes, but also your parents, your relatives, your mum and dad and nana and grandpa and whatever else, the love that you put into those people who are represented by the 4th house on the 12th of April can bless you significantly going forward down the track. Jupiter, future oriented. It is worth taking the time to give love to your family under this energy, because you will be the one to gain from doing so in the future. Lovely. Thank you, Capricorn. Aquarius rising, sun or moon people. Well, my friends, the energy of the conjunction of Jupiter with the sun is playing out in your 3rd house, and this is where you can get lucky, Aquarius. So you might be feeling somewhat restless, and you should pay attention to that. Then you might be like, I want to go for a drive. I want to, go and explore a nearby town or go to this nearby state or something and just be in a different environment. There's a restlessness, and localized trips are part of this energy. And it's a good time to do so, because paying attention to this restlessness that might be present could actually, bless you into the future. I'll give you an example. The other day I was feeling restless, and my daughter and I decided to go for a drive to a town about 40 minutes from the town in which I live. And I hadn't been there since, COVID lockdowns and what have you. And I was walking around the street, and I was astounded at all the lovely new cafes that I had never experienced before, even though it's just down the road from me. So much so that we went and had scones and jam and cream in a particular little gorgeous girly cafe, my daughter and I. And, it was such a lovely little place. I said, honey, to my daughter, wouldn't this be a great place to have a 16th birthday party and invite all your friends and have a high tea? And so this is an example here. You go on a short trip, you discover something because you felt restless, and it turns into being something blessed and lucky for you into the future, like for my daughter, who might have her 16th birthday party there. So that's discovering something and feeling like, wow, I've really, struck a gold mine here with this discovery. This is what we're talking about. Luck and blessing and opportunity to really shine and enjoy life through feeling restless and taking a short trip, because you connect with your siblings, because you chat with your neighbor. Some blessing comes your way down the track. You can also, something that you undertake under this energy on the 12th of April can help you to really succeed well with tests or exams that you have to do. So let's say you need to get your license, like my son is thinking of doing. I would suggest to him, if he was Aquarius rising, sun or moon, that he books in for his license under this energy on the 12th, because it would mean that in the future, when he goes and takes his test, he's going to do really well. He'll be lucky. So if you have a test or an exam or something like that you need to set up, something you need to plan for, or maybe you need to book a motel room or something, or a trip of some sort, or make some organization, because 3rd house is a house of planning and organization. I would do whatever it is you've got to do and book and set up under this energy, because it's going to allow you to have a lucky experience when it's time for that particular event to unfold. Jupiter is future oriented. So also buying and selling can go really well because of the energy of this day. Your trade experiences can lead to something very beneficial in the future for you as well. You're going to feel very busy. This is an amplification of busyness, so you probably will have a lot on. Maybe write a list of all the things you want to get done and make sure you deal with them under this blessed energy so that your future can be blessed. And finally, my gorgeous Aquarians, I just want to say, if you run your own business, decisions that you make for your small business under this energy of Sun conjunct Jupiter are going to be very beneficial and lucky for you going forward with your business. So, if you've been putting off making some choice or some decision, leave it to the 12th of April and you can't go wrong. Alrighty, now thank you, Pisces, for holding out till last. Something that we tend to do a bit of, our beautiful Pisces people. But this energy is I'm loving this for Pisces. Let me just get this so it's not going to go walkabout. What we're looking at here is a conjunction, a lucky conjunction of Jupiter and the Sun in the 2nd house of resources. And this is where you can get lucky, my beautiful Pisces friends, where something that will occur on the 12th of April is going to give you the opportunity to shine into the future, because Jupiter is future oriented. It's looking to the future. It's planning for what is to come. So there is something that's going to unfold on the 12th of April that's going to be really blossoming and soul expansive for you going forward. And it's going to have something to do with resources, stuff, material goods. Maybe you meet somebody who down the track you'll enter into a business partnership with that is going to cause your material circumstances to flourish. Blessing coming out of an interaction that's had with somebody on the 12th of August. You might not 12th of August, 12th of April. You might not realize that what unfolds on the 12th of April is actually for your greater good going forward into the future. But be aware, that's how the universe works. That's how Jupiter works, future oriented. Sometimes we don't notice the blessings of Jupiter instantly. They come down the track based on what occurs under his influence at a certain point in time, under, in this case, this influence. So you might see a painting that you love on the 12th of April and, lock it away in the back of your mind. I want that painting. And then, maybe 2 months later, you've got the money, you go back and buy it. 20 years down the track, that painting has tripled in price. What an investment. All because you saw that painting in a gallery on the 12th of April. This is the realm of the chart that has to do anything that we perceive to be valuable. Our paintings, food, shelter, clothing, material things, stuff that we think is of worth, some stuff that we think is of value. So that scenario with the painting, that's what the kind of thing that can unfold. Trust your gut on it on the 12th of April. What you're feeling drawn to materially could be really worth your while. This is also the house of our own value, our own, what we feel worthy about. So, perhaps observe your state of optimism, your state of feeling lucky or not, Pisces people. And yeah, if you're feeling lucky, then and your soul is saying, I should go and buy coffee at this coffee shop, then do it. Because if you're feeling like life is going my way, Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder, whatever, then if you're feeling lucky, you're going to attract luck. So go to that coffee shop, buy that ring at that jewelry store. Do what you feel drawn to do, because that energy of luckiness is guiding you in the right place. You feel lucky, you attract lucky circumstances from who you interact with and what you do and what you buy and spend your money on and so on. If you're not feeling the joy of Jupiter and the Sun, if you're feeling moody, if you're feeling melancholy, if you're feeling like I'm just so grumpy today, then perhaps don't go buying that ring at the jeweler's or going to that coffee shop. Maybe think twice about what you're doing, because this is the house of what we feel inside, how we value our experience and self inside draws to us the quality of what we experience on the outside. I hope that makes sense. So in simple terms, if I feel that I'm worthy of lucky experiences, I attract lucky experiences. If I feel like I'm a misery guts and life hates me, then I attract experiences where I be a misery guts and experiences where I feel like life hates me. That is very much the energy of the second house. So how we feel determines what we experience. So to sum up my point here, Pisces, if you're feeling lucky and you're drawn to do something, go for it. If you're feeling miserable, then work on your inner feelings before you go following any inspirations under this energy. Maybe if you're feeling uncomfortable or sad or miserable, go have a soak in the bath with a glass of wine and some, beautiful music or something like that, and relax and find your zen, find your place of peace, lift your vibration to a place of love, and then go forward and experience what the day has to offer you, knowing that it could bring you much material blessing into your life. But I think whatever unfolds generally for Pisces people on this day is going to bless them materially and financially for the long term into the future in your life. So thank you, my beautiful friends, for this sojourn around the horoscope. I'll be back again next week with another Astro Weather Report. Till then, be blessed.